Now let's go for case study 2. Balla and Singh LLP is an accounting firm in the form of limited liability partnership with 20 plus branches across India in all major cities. BS LLP offers to its customers services in accountancy, assurance, tax consultancy, business advisory services. Since the country is passing through economic slowdown, hence large number of business are entering into the internal or external reconstruction. Resultantly, advisory services are in huge demand. The industry of accounting practices in India is mature, and despite some statutes enforced recently, as a part of performance analysis, at BS LLP, partners of each service domain collectively meet with top officers on monthly basis. Following performance related data belonging to the last year is considered as one recent conducted partner meeting. Look at the revenue. 4 divisions, 4 different revenues. The growth observed is also mentioned, and as the question has started with, this last segment has got more growth of 18%. Net profit ratio is also great in terms of business advisory segment. Revenue of accounting industry as a whole. So this will tell you the market share. This will tell you the market share. Remuneration structure at BS LLP. Partners are getting fixed contractual payment apart from share in profit. Non-partners are getting fixed salary apart from variable pay depending on the rating from their immediate boss and peers. Client relation officer who is working parallel to marketing team first time participated in the monthly performance evaluation meeting and presented following data which contain rating form from clients of BS LLP. It is decided that these rating will be added to the performance matrix. So ratings are also given required. You are the newly appointed management consultant with experience in non-finance performance evaluation techniques. During discussion at lunch table, managing partner Mr. Singh explained the above process of performance analysis to you. You quoted about your past experience of implementing non-financial performance evaluation technique, including performance prism, balance scorecard, and building block. Building block sounds interesting to Mr. Singh. He asked you to. So in this, we are going to discuss building block model. List essential components of any performance management system. Describe building block model of performance management. Evaluate company's existing performance management system from perspective of 3 essential aspects of building block model. Advise the main improvement that introduction of building block approach can bring to BS LLP's performance management system. So basically, it's all about building block model. Now let us understand something about building block model. First, let's revise that concept. Fitzgerald and Moon invented this technique of performance evaluation, whereby it was keenly used for service sector industries, and it basically focuses on 3 things. It focuses basically on 3 things. One is setting standards, setting reward parameters, and dimensions. Let me explain. If you really want to evaluate performance of your managers, performance of your organization, performance of your segments, first of all, you should set proper standards. And those standards, when you set, they should be equal standard. Tough for one and easy for others makes no sense. You will not be able to analyze the efficiency of the person. And when you set a standard, it should be achievable rationally. It's not like the planning that you make for your examination. तुम लोग का प्लानिंग भयंकर रहता है, 18 घंटा पढ़ने का, 16 घंटा पढ़ने का, फिर धीरे धीरे कम हो जाता है. फिर आज एक दिन में 3 सब टॉपिक करने का, परसों 3 टॉपिक करने का, लेकिन इम्प्लीमेंट नहीं हो पाता बिकॉज इट इज अनअचीवेबल. आई होप यू हैव gone through that phase. So basically क्या है, you set the standard first. The standard should be equal for all and the standard should be achievable as well. अगर achievable नहीं है तो क्या फायदा है? You cannot hold someone inefficient just because he couldn't achieve something which was, in which ways rationally it was unachievable. And the third one is you should inculcate feeling of ownership among the workers. They should get the feeling that okay, they are doing it as their own work. They are not, see, they are agreed they are serving the company and they are getting remunerated for that, but they should always have that ownership feeling that okay, I am doing something for my company. I should perform in such a manner that my company should grow. Now in that case, I have the first part discussed here. Equal standards, achievable standards, and ownership mentality. The moment you go to standards, they will be talking about rewards. If you are putting them constraint, okay, do this, you have to do this, इतना करना है, इतने टाइम में करना है, इतने यूनिट्स बनाने, their first question will be हमको क्या मिलेगा? What will we get? Okay, so you talk about rewards. Because rewards will always act as a motivation. Rewards will always act as a motivation. Carrot and stick are two different things whereby you can motivate your workers. Carrot means reward. Stick means punishment, in simple terms. So when it comes to rewards, it acts as a motivation and your workers perform, your managers perform in a much efficient manner. The reward should be clear. There should not be ambiguity. They should be knowing what they will be getting after they do this. They should be knowing what they will be getting after they do that. If there is a confusion in that, how will they perform? So, you produce more than 20,000, I will be paying you 20 rupees for every 100 units thereafter. This is what the clarity is. And second one is controllability. Controllability means employees should be held responsible, or employees should be given rewards, or when they should be penalized only for controllable matters. Something which is beyond their control, they can't be held responsible for that. If my market share is 20%, currently market size is 1000, my share is 20%, that means anyhow my 200 units are getting sold in the market. Tomorrow that share increased to 2000, that means I can easily reach up to 400. So instead of 200, the market share goes to 200, 200 more. See, earlier market size was 1000, I was contributing 200. Now market size is 2000, I am contributing 400. Employees can't say, okay, 200 is the growth given by us. No, because that was bound to happen because my market share is 20%. What have you done? But with the market size of 2000, if the employee gives you 440 units sale, that means 440 minus 400, 40 is because of the employee. So they will be held responsible for the controlling factor. Or in other words, whenever I produce 1000 units, 100 gets damaged. General percentage is this. Normal damage percentage is this. Now there was some unusual event and 120 units were damaged. You can't hold your workers responsible for that additional 20 because there is some unavoidable circumstances that might have taken place, which was beyond their reach. But because of their negligence, if 20 units are rejected, because of their negligence, if 20 units are damaged, then they can be penalized. You can reward them or penalize them only if it is within their limits. If something happened where they don't have a control over it, Government policies have changed, suddenly the sales goes down. Government banned BS3 vehicles suddenly. Now if government bans BS3 vehicles, all BS3 vehicles were in pipeline, they will not be sold, no, because now government doesn't give you permission to drive a BS3 vehicle. So they sold at a huge discount because they knew that market is stuck. It was not their fault that they couldn't sell the product. उनका प्रॉब्लम थोड़ी था. तो 75,000 की एक्टिवा 50,000 में बेच दी, 1 लाख की पल्सर 80,000 में बेच दी. They wanted to clear the stock. Now here you can't hold them responsible for loss of revenue because it was not because of them, it was because of government decision. So you should book them for controllable factors, not non-controllable factors are not to be considered. Now in that case, what are the dimensions to take care of this? See, you should be very clear about what you want. Okay, so you find out what are the important factors which you are supposed to implement, which you want in the business to be implemented. Quality, flexibility, innovation and resource utilization are the main things which actually increase your performance. Best quality, having flexibility. Okay, you want this product, I'm making this product available. You want that product, okay, I'm making that product available. That kind of a situation, that kind of a service given to the customer will also enhance your sales. Innovation, keep on upgrading your product. Now we are staying in an era, we are living in an era where mobile phones are purchased for communication but on the basis of cameras. Strange, no? But hai to hai. 12 megapixel is not enough, 48 megapixel we take. ठीक है यार, कैमरा है, मतलब I mean, see, right, wrong, असली नकली, सही गलत, keep it aside. Your product is upgraded, your product will be sold. वैगनर बेच के वैगनर लिया है किसी ने, बहुत रेयर लोगों. You always upgrade yourself. So if वैगनर बेच के वैगनर मैं तब लूंगा जब नया वैगनर updated है, when the new वैगनर is updated. Otherwise, why would I go for the same product? I need updation, I need upgradation. So if your product is upgraded, again, you have a greater chance of surviving in the market or doing well in the market. And then you have resource utilization. Available resources, if you utilize in the most efficient manner, your wastages of all kinds will be reduced. Your wastages of all kinds will be reduced. If you implement all this, you get the results. If you implement all that, you get the result. And the result will be in terms of two factors. Results can be evaluated in two different bases. One is financial performance and the other one is comparative performances. Financial performances means how much profit you have earned, what are your ratios? What are your financial ratios? What is your profit figure? What is your current asset? What is your current ratio? What is your quick ratio? Your own information, financial information. Comparative analysis means you will compare yourself with the competitors or peer and you will find out where you stand in the market. This is building block model. So if you want to implement building block model here, see, they have first introduced the building block model. This is what you are supposed to do. You simply write this, see dimensions, standards and rewards. Now dimensions are, where are you going? Your critical success factors. Critical success factors means where are you going? What is your goal? And key performance indicators means how you are supposed to go there. In fact, critical success factor can also be considered as how you are supposed to go there. These are the factors which will actually give you the growth. Like as I said, innovation, after sales service, customer satisfaction. These are the areas which give you the success. So they have simply explained that first. And now your first part was essential components of any performance management system. Okay, so that is a complete theory part. I would like to discuss the third one. Evaluation of existing performance management system. We are the existing performance management system of the company is not focusing on the factors laid by building block model. There is no information about dimensions. There is no standard information available. So if you talk about dimensions, their financial performance, if you see, they are comparing it with their own figure in the previous year. तो मतलब तुम लोग अपना करंट ईयर का प्रॉफिट अपने लास्ट ईयर के प्रॉफिट से अगर कंपेयर कर रहे हो, and if you are getting the growth and if you are happy with it, you are not considering the other factors. You are not considering competitive performance. Then the structure used by existing system does not give you any information about performances as such. Profit hai, assets hai, that's fine. Market size is also made available, that's fine. But it's not giving you the other performance indicators like how much is the growth in terms of quality, to what extent customer satisfaction has taken place. That information is missing. The only factor that can be considered which is close to building block model is your rating, because on the basis of rating you come to know what customer thinks about it. On the basis of rating you come to know what customer thinks about you and what customer to what extent customer takes you seriously. When you talk about standards, segment wise performances are the key factors in this organization. You are not considering the entire performance in the consolidation, you are going for segment wise. So you are the owner of your own segment. It is as good as that way. If I am handling one project, I am the in charge of that project, I will be whole and sole responsible for the profit and loss of that project. So that is some sort of ownership feeling which is given to me. Of course, I will be responsible for the damages, I will be responsible for the growth. That means I know I am doing something whereby it will give me also some growth, some benefit. Now, as far as ownership is concerned, they have not said clearly about ownership. All your managers are working on fixed salary basis and some of them are getting some percentage on profits. Now, reward system, if you want to talk about, all non-partners are getting variable component of their remuneration based on the rating. A rating is given by boss and peer. Now, see, if you get two ratings, one will be given by boss, one will be given by peer. You may be good to peer but not for the boss, or you may be good to boss but not for the peer. Generally it happens. Those who are good with boss are not good with peer. So the weightage of rating we don't know. Boss gives you high rating, peer may not. Peer may give you high rating, boss may not. So there is ambiguity in terms of reward system. There is no clarity. As I said in the while discussing the theory, मैंने जब theory कहा था, मैंने कहा था reward should be transparent. इतना कर, इतना मिलेगा, उतना कर, उतना मिलेगा. There is no clarity that can be observed here. Whereas partners are getting fixed remuneration apart from share of profit earned. Here, in given case, it is not clear whether the profit of respective division is or entity as a whole. So again, you will be getting share of profit, but which profit? Divisional profit, overall profit, company's profit, segment wise profit. So reward system is not clearly defined here. So basically whenever they ask you anything about theory or anything about case study, आपको क्या करना है? Okay, building block आपको पता चला use करना है तो explain building block first. Once you explain building block, relate that building block to the current scenario. देख लो क्वेश्चन में what are the factors which are fulfilling the requirement of building block, what are the factors which are not fulfilling the requirement of building block. And last, advice to improve performance management. If you want to improve performance management, this is what you are supposed to quote. This is what you are supposed to quote: flexibility, resource utilization, innovation, standards, and you can also talk about reward system. There are so many things to be answered on that. So once you know the concept, you can easily relate it with the given scenario. But yes, you should know the concept first. So always be clear with the concept, and then only you go for that reward calculation or that case study calculation. So this was building block model. I would like to go for one more case study which is also based on building block model, and that's case study number 5. Again similar one. See, if I do this, you will come to know exactly. So the concept is same, but how it can be applied to different case studies. The pattern will remain same, the structure will remain same, the strategy will remain same. Only the question will keep on changing. Problems will keep on changing. Either it will be favorable to implement building block model, or it is not following building block model. This is what you are supposed to write. Case study number 5. MNFL is a leading brand in fashion world. Company is dealing in both fabric and ready-made garments. Since the company was established long ago, hence has well established SOPs. Now SOP means standard operating procedures. पुराना कंपनी है, पुराना स्ट्रक्चर बना हुआ है, system is ready. Management of the company is highly concerned with the performance and productivity. In order to determine and appraise the performance, the company conducts fortnightly meetings of head of the different responsibility centers apart from quarterly master meeting. In master meeting, each of such departmental head need to present report to the department on following facts. Okay, so what are the facts to be explained? Average capital employed along with the permanent capital information, revenue and earnings output information in terms of units as well as per employee productivity, and existing clients as well as new customer added with the data on market share. One of the recent such master meetings, which was chaired by CEO, newly appointed VP HR, quoted, intellectual capital is critical as financial capital in order to ensure, is as critical as financial capital in order to ensure the smoothing, success and sustainability of the business. So he believes that both are important, naturally. Hence employees wheresoever lacked in technical skills, it is essential and important to work on his skills in order to enhance the productivity. So basically they are focusing on productivity. The company ratio of skilled, semi-skilled, unskilled is in this ratio. So your larger portion is unskilled, which needs to be worked at, obviously. If the larger portion is unskilled, unskilled workers are always available at a lower rate. So basically the company might be having the policy of minimizing the cost by using unskilled workers on the place. Skilled workers will do the skilled job, routine job will be done by unskilled workers, but it doesn't work every time. He also insists the rollout new wage policy which would support performance related pay. He said, I don't know how much about the enterprise performance. I don't know much about enterprise performance, but I strongly believe that performance indicators must include performance of employees in terms of their skill and knowledge. Immediately, VP Finance said existing performance matrix is currently focused EV and EBIT. your profitability, and returns on capital, hence a sufficient form perspective of performance appraisal. So he is of the opinion that financial data should be taken as a base. Hence, this is no major need to consider impact and effect of human capital. दोनों अपनी ही चला रहे, and that happens. He also added that entities' revenue is growing at the rate of 14% and earning is growing at the rate of 12%. So sales is growing by 14%, profit is growing by 12%, which 4% higher side than the industry. So you are earning, your peer performance is good. He said the present rate of ROI is 11.5%, which is better than the industry's average of 9%. Market capital is also doing well. VP Finance countered VP Planning and Operations. According to him, skilled labor will be an added advantage in order to develop Z culture. Z culture is zero accident, zero defects, zero delays, zero inventory, zero breakdowns, and zero changeover and waste. He also said skilled labor can also add value by incorporating innovation naturally. Skilled workers can be used for even innovation. Skilled workers can be used for Z culture policy as well. He quoted presently average defect rate is 1.5% of total production. On this, VP marketing and skilled employee means VP marketing add skilled employee means better process, and better process leads to the competent value chain which can serve highly customized product, and hence preconceived quality. The preconceived quality means quality as per customer's requirement, leads to a strong brand quality. What customer wants, you are delivering that. Chai thodi kadak banana, coffee thodi strong banana, vada thoda tikha banana. So when you order that, a medium spicy we want. That is as per your preconceived quality. Chief Information Officer support VP Marketing and VP HR by quoting the position of the brand. By quoting the position of the brand can be improved by product development. Newly developed product will meet and set latest style statement in market. Eventually help company to acquire new customers within existing marketing without incurring much on advertisement and sales and promotion. Skilled worker can easily bring innovation to the product. So they are basically focusing on enhancement or motivation, and they are focusing on improving skilled labor involvement in the business. Required. Describe performance measurement indicators. Discuss non-financial performance. Tabulate non-financial performance. Briefly explain different models of non-financial that can be applied by the company. Now, your first part is asking you, what are the different performance management indicators? If you want to talk about financial indicators, then return on investment, earning per share, net profit before interest and tax and all that can be considered. एक और चीज हो सकती है, अब फाइनेंशियल के साथ साथ आपने परफॉर्मेंस इवैल्यूएशन टॉपिक में पढ़ा ही है, द नॉन फाइनेंशियल performances are also important for analyzing the performance of the product. जैसे बैलेंस स्कोर कार्ड, जहाँ पे आप 3 points non-financial performance. When I say non-financial performance, like balance scorecard and all. Balance scorecard मतलब there are 4 different aspects to be verified. सबसे पहला होता है फाइनेंशियल एस्पेक्ट, दूसरा होता है कस्टमर वाला एस्पेक्ट, तीसरा होता है आपका खुद का इंटरनल प्रोसेस, लर्निंग का एस्पेक्ट. सो ये सारे एस्पेक्ट्स चेक करने के बाद एम्प्लॉइज एंड ऑल, सब ग्रोथ, हाउ मच यू आर गिविंग ग्रोथ टू योर एम्प्लॉइज इन टर्म्स ऑफ देयर परफॉर्मेंसेस, इन टर्म्स ऑफ देयर नॉलेज, बेसिकली नॉन फाइनेंशियल. To some extent you can call them as social factors also. So third one is evaluating whether your objectives are fulfilled or not. Whether your objectives are fulfilled or not. And then compensate manager. We need to compensate the manager. To what extent you are compensating manager? If you are compensating manager to a large extent, that means he has definitely done some good job. That is also one of the basis of evaluating the performance. What is the need of non-financial performance? Yeah, sir, financial basis pe you cannot analyze an organization if there is no growth given to the employees. If there is no growth means I'm talking about the intellectual growth in terms of skill, in terms of upgrading their position. If there is no growth in terms of financial sectors, if there is no growth in terms of customer satisfaction, then you will not be able to survive in the market. So balanced scorecard compares all four aspects. Now see, they have asked us to write on role of non-financial performance indicators. Now if I talk about non-financial performance indicator, that as I said, human resource development, quality of the product, quality of the brand. Now one brand may have several different products. Some products are good, some are not. Like if you take example of Patanjali, noodles didn't do well, but other products are good. So quality of a product and quality of a brand can be two different things. So what is to be done with respect to humans? Upgradation, monitor and control them. Your turnover of employees should be minimized. Absenteeism should be minimized. Inefficiencies should be minimized. What are the qualitative aspects related to the product? You fulfill the need of the worker, the customer. To fulfill the need of the customer, your work is done. And brand awareness. Sometimes your product is successful just because it belongs to a particular brand. Like when Tata introduces something, people have some respect for it, some trust on it. Like when Britannia introduces a new product, people have a faith on the product. They have not tried the product, but still, as compared, see that decision is taken by the customer by looking at the brand, not because the product is not yet even. The product is not even in the market. Just because a brand is producing something new, the quality of the brand, the trust of the brand, actually can one of the factors of performance evaluation. So value of brand with high loyalty, quality, R&D, is like iPhone. Apple keeps on introducing new different upgraded products. So that is also an image. What is balanced scorecard? They have asked us to explain all these factors. Balanced scorecard. Basically, it is an indicator of performance where we are basically focusing on innovation, learning. My HR manager is also saying the same thing. See, in question number 3, we are talking about what these two people have said. So, what are the role of non-financial performance indicator considering indications and measures suggested by VP HR and Chief Information Officer? What is the recommendation of these two people? Upgrading employees, skilled employees, more skilled employees should be on the board so we can work towards innovation. More skilled employees should be on the board so we can maintain the quality. So when you talk about balanced scorecard, I think these conditions are fulfilled. Customer perspective, yes, customer will be happy when the quality product is delivered. Financial perspective, yes, we are planning to give a different rate, we are planning to give them a different reward system. So in that case, we are actually, after considering the case study, we can clearly say that okay, the VP, HR, and Chief Executive Officer, they are all on the right path as far as implementation of non-performing, non-financial aspects are concerned. Balance scorecard, if you take into consideration, yes, they are on the right track. I can see the growth, I can see the implementation, I can see the goal getting achieved. Innovation learning perspective, see, you have trained employees. Then internal business perspective talks about managers and giving information to managers and training them how to run the business. You have to design this well. So these are all theoretical aspects which are already there in balance scorecard topic. You're just supposed to write it. Customer perspective, what customer seeks is a quality. So if you are focused completely on customer, you will be able to deliver the quality, and if you are delivering the quality, customer will be more than happy. Customer satisfaction will enhance your revenue. And for that, you may categorize, you may classify different types of customers and keep on focusing them, like college going students, senior citizens, children are different customers. But look at the way the advertisement is done for children, for child products. Look at the way advertisement is done for young, for young customers. Accordingly, those decisions can be taken. They are also asking about what are the other performance indicators are available. One is performance pyramid. Performance pyramid, if you talk about, it's performance pyramid. If I talk about, you basically need to understand a pyramid is in this shape, right? That means the foundation is strong, and then the pyramid. So the strong foundation is an outcome of external effectiveness and internal effectiveness. Now, when you talk about external effectiveness, you can have external effectiveness only if you provide quality to your customer and give delivery of the product on time. इन दो चीजों से कस्टमर खुश होगा. और साइकिल टाइम मतलब प्रोडक्शन टाइम, हाउ मच टाइम डू यू टेक टू प्रोड्यूस वन यूनिट, वो कम कर दो, वेस्टेज कम कर दो, तो इंटरनली भी प्रोडक्ट्स, इंटरनली भी कंपनी स्ट्रांग हो. Now, in order to do this, if I maintain quality, if I take care of timely delivery, my customer is happy. That objective is achieved. With the lesser time per unit, with the reduction in wastage, I'm achieving the productivity. And if I have control over productivity as well as customer satisfaction, my flexibility can be taken care of. Customer wants me to give him something. I have a fastest delivery, I can do that. And since my cycle time is minimum, customer asks me something, okay, I can produce it in no time, deliver it in no time, customer is happy. This is flexibility which I am providing. You are sitting in a restaurant, you are asking for some food, वो बोलता है 15 मिनट लगेगा, ठीक है फिर और कुछ, पर बोलता है सर हाँ, it will be served in no time sir, 5 मिनट में आ जाएगा. Nothing like it. So customer satisfaction is an outcome of quality and delivery. Productivity can be improved with the help of reducing time per unit and reducing the wastage. With this, once you have a control over productivity and customer satisfaction, automatically the flexibility is also achieved. So basically you have a control over the market as well as your financial strength can also be maximized. You have a lesser cycle time, you are taking less time to produce one unit now. So within a given stipulated time, you can produce more and more and more units. Since wastage is also less, since rejection is also less, you will be able to sell more. Revenue can also be more, and that's your corporate vision. अब इसका अपने क्वेश्चन से क्या ताल्लुक? See, कॉर्पोरेट विजन ये तो लेवल 1 है, हम लोग यहां से स्टार्ट करते हैं. लेवल 4, If I deliver quality delivery, cycle time waste, automatically my customer will be satisfied, my high productivity will be achieved, which will increase my flexibility. So I can conquer the market as well as my financial results will be better and I can achieve the goal. So basically that pyramid that we studied is explained here. Building block model, again, we have already discussed this. The first thing is standards. The first thing is standard, equal standards, achievable standards. I hope you know that the entire discussion. Yes. And then rewards, clarity, motivation, and controllability. So, once you are clear with this, it is easy for you to drive towards the goal. Performance prism is basically uh, five area focus concept which focuses on stakeholder, the one who is getting affected because of the operations of the company. He can be a shareholder, he can be a supplier, he can be an employee, he can be customer. Then you have strategies to be drafted. Your strategy should be drafted to satisfy all, not only one of them. Then you decide the process, you analyze the capabilities of the processes, what kind of impact those process can create. मेरा प्रोसेस अगर मुझे ज़्यादा ग्रोथ दे रहा है तो आई तो चार प्रोसेस मेरे सामने पड़े, चार में से कौन सा इंप्लीमेंट करूँ, फोर्थ इज गिविंग मी द मैक्सिमम ग्रोथ एंड इट इज टेकिंग मी टुवर्ड्स माय गोल without creating any problem to all my stakeholders, I would always prefer the fourth one. And finally, stakeholders contribution. So basically they will ask you a case study, they will ask you to relate those case studies with the concepts. I think you understood how things are to be managed. Now something is based on the same concept in question number 9. I'll simply discuss it and that then we'll end this performance measurement part. Case study 9. Mrs. Cates is a retired dedicated mom taking care of her family and doing every bit to give the best of the upbringing to raise her son. Back in Mrs. Cates' graduation days, career in accounting, business, and economics used to grow, but there is a drastic change since those times. It was then not so troublesome task to clear the graduation and get a alluring job. One could easily leap in and land up to nice 9 to 5 job, as what we say. Life was easy as no one was busy. Records were all in real physical books, which were disappearing in modern times with the advent of internet and in the Mac generation. Eyes were less trained and brain at placidity. No emails to check, no formalities to make, no exaggeration of staying late in office to get rewards and promotions. Moreover, people were easy to deal with and they had patience to listen till the end and would react after giving a deep thought. कहना क्या चाहते हो? We'll read this. Days changed, months passed, and went thereby a couple of decades when Mrs. Cates had a full-grown son, Mr. Dude, needing to be admitted to a college in this rapidly changing and booming era. She wanted Dude to be in the college that had a history of good academics, focusing on all round development of student, also meeting the needs of being a flexible for busy student life. She was low on her budget and therefore wanted someone, or if college itself could help her in financing the college education for her son. She was born and brought up in a small town called Dohapur and lived there all along her life. She was lucky to go on a 5-day tour outside her country, visiting metropolitan cities of United States like New York and California. She was taken aback by speed and transidency of the states she visited. She wanted her son to learn more aspects so that life he could adjust with the fast pace and stride with the passing time. Therefore, Kate started looking for education opportunities in a nearby city called Vilaspur, which was just a couple of miles away. There were two eminent colleges in the city which provides accounting, economics, taxation courses. Dude had little interest in economics, so Kate did not force him to jump in. क्या चल रहा है? She went abroad, she liked the city, she wanted her son to do well because she wanted him to get all that, probably abroad, whatever. Dayavan College and Hridayam College, Commerce Institute, stood in direct competition to each other, met most of the characteristics expected by kids. She was excited to know about them, and they had well-renovated huge college campus where students outside the city could stay and accomplish their educational goals. The city was expensive, and so were the colleges. Now she started pondering about educational cost and began to seek sources that could lend her son educational assistance. To the much of her try, she came to know from her close friends that DCC took in students with weak financial standings but with strong academics. Actually, the college was named after the founder, Dayavan Desai, who was a great social activist of his time, and during the last few years of his life, he vouched to build a great co-ed college in his city for lower middle class students who get left behind only because of their economic conditions. The efforts from his history and the legacy created successful businessmen, women, tax consultant, economic scholars. HCI College, on the other hand, is also known to be down to earth and did not bias among lower and higher class. They charged relatively low fees compared to DCC, was popular among youth, and gave great professionals who, after their graduation from the college, pursued further studies. From the last few days, many students were complaining about rapidly increasing tuition rates, to which they went on student strike demanding rate cut. Colleges had been very specific in relation to quality and touted that teaching fees and academic development cost has been increasing enormously, which had to be substantiated by increasing the cost of books and tuition. They have their own reason of increasing fees. Failing all attempts, many students decided to switch to a mix of part-time lectures and part-time job, through which college cost can be met and the burden on their families can be balanced. They required college to plan the class schedules innovatively so students' studies do not get hampered, and at the same time they can continue their jobs. Both the colleges were trying to come up with online courses, distant learning course material to assist their students in the event their students fail to attend any lecture. In addition, HCI is also planning on hiring additional freelancers to work with students during evening time to groom their skills and assist them to do well in their studies. The reward system of the colleges is not clear. Oh. The reward system is not clear. And there is less information on how teachers are being motivated to serve the students to the best of their interest. However, college image and the brand totally depends on the efforts of the teachers and professors. The total revenue generated from college business is around 500 lakhs. The revenue generated by DCC is 180 lakhs and HCI is 110 lakhs. So they have a good number of market share. Dude developed a solidarity among his class friends and decided to go to DCC, as this was the college where his other friends were wanting to go. However, Kate was concerned that Dude could spoil his career and if he concentrated on picking up things other than his studies. He wanted someone to guide her. She wanted someone to guide her based on the facts and figures of both the colleges so that an informed decision could be reached. She had modest saving from her job and wanted to spur her son to value those and understand the sheer importance of her precious student's life, which once gone will never come back. To harness all the information she had and relying on your omnipotent knowledge, Kate went to you and provided you with the facts about the two colleges. A never-wrecking voice, she remarked, "Would you need any other information for your research to be extensive and serving my purpose?" She continued, "It was her serendipity to have gone through many troubles and find such detailed information that she will try to gather more if she could." You, in a calming and consoling voice, said, "क्या चल रहा है भगवान जाने." This is how they are asking public. पढ़ते पढ़ते बोर हो जाता है. Don't miss those important points. ध्यान से पढ़ना. So आपके आवाज में आपने क्या बोला? Her information was more than needed and it was clearly appreciative to her to pull in so much details. मतलब उन्होंने जो इन्फॉर्मेशन निकाला that was tremendous. बहुत ज़्यादा निकाला है. More than enough it is. I'm amazed कैसे निकाला. It was all her love and care that her son was transpired on to the papers. She went by thanking you and considering her case and agreeing to help her son, Dude, to make an informed choice. Now you began contemplating what could be done and exactly which model should be applied, and they have already specified it, building block model. And if you are going for building block model, could that model be applied in this case? So as usual, see, this is an annexure given to you. Number of inquiries, accounting and taxation. Then they have given you information about profit. They have also given you information about lecturers. So basically, you should be clear about dimensions. I need financial as well as non-financial goals to be set. In that case, I will be confirming 4 factors like quality, flexibility, resource utilization and innovation. That will give me clear indication about the performance of these two colleges. Standards as targets are to be achieved on the basis of the performance attributed. So basically you are just supposed to explain building block model first. See, dimensions, standards, rewards, and that's what we studied, no? So you explain building block model first and then you relate it to Mrs. Kate. She wants us to evaluate two prominent colleges. Okay. The exact position of the colleges can be known from the detailed analysis of both qualitative and quantitative information. Financial performance. The financial performance can be measured by percentage increase in revenue and net profit margin. DCC remains the best performance. Revenue is high, profitability is high. Competitiveness. Competitiveness can be decided by number of students inquiring and finally joining the college. How successful the organization is converting inquiries into applications. See, you have inquiries. Out of 4,000, 3,000 have taken the admission. Out of 3,800, 3,000 have taken the admission. Look at this. So Rhythm College is better in terms of converting inquiries into admission. Correct? So HCL is higher. Quality, number of students clearing the exam. Flexibility, need of students, whether it is satisfied or not. They have started with online courses and all. And resource utilization, how the staff is utilized, how professors are utilized. Now see, if you talk about resource utilization ratio, you have total 26 teachers, you have 19 teachers, you have utilized, in terms of utilization, DCC is better. Out of 250 days, 240 days people have worked. Out of 250 to 30 days people have worked. So in terms of utilization, you can say the DCC is better. And then innovation, online courses, distance courses and all this stuff. So basically we have discussed this, online courses, use of teachers, flexibility, giving opportunity students to pick up a job, quality, how many students are getting cleared, determinants, how many students are converted. So you explain this part, dimensions, and in dimensions you compare these things, these 5 points, whichever is better will be selected. Considering both financial and non-financial goals of each college, we can claim that HCI delivers a superior quality in terms of flexibility and making innovative attempts at a comparatively lower price to meet the emerging needs of the students. So it doesn't matter what the size of the question is, your solution will always be the same. You have to explain building block, if it is related to building block model, you explain building block model, take data from building block model theory, relate it with the case study, and you will be getting the solution. Are you understanding this? This is what we have done in the last 3 case studies. You should know the concept, you should understand the question, check dimensions, determinants, innovation, competitiveness, flexibility and all that stuff. Once you determinant, quality, flexibility, innovation, resource utilization, इसमें जो सबसे better है, that option will be selected. It is that simple. So that was question number 10 for you, or rather case study number 10 for you. See, I'm just giving you overview as this is a revision session. You can have a detailed look on the question if you want. You can have a detailed look on the concept from the study material, ICI study material, or from JK Shah classes textbook. I'm just here to give you overview how things can be merged together and just to give you a brief revision about how these concepts work. Thank you so much. In the next video, we'll be meeting with something else. Now, the next case study that I'm discussing वो एक बहुत ही important concept पे dependent है और उसका नाम है ट्रिपल बॉटम लाइन. तो एग्जाम में आने के चांसेस है इसके, सो प्लीज स्टडी दीज कॉन्सेप्ट्स प्रॉपर्ली. क्वेश्चन नंबर 14. आइए चलते दोस्तों शुरू करते हैं. A preliminary investigation for the Vidyut Dam project was completed in 1962 in a South Asian country, herein referred as country. Its design was completed in 1973 with a 60 megawatt capacity power plant. Construction began in 1979 but was delayed due to economic, environmental and social impacts. In 1987, technical and financial assistance was provided by neighboring country to said country after signing of MOU, but this was interrupted just a year later with political instability. Hence, the said country was forced to take control of the project, and at the first it was placed under the directions of the irrigation department of concerned home state of the said country. However, in July 1989, the Vidyut Hydro Development Corporation was formed to manage 1900 megawatt Vidyut Hydro Power Complex, wherein 75% stake held by Union government and remaining 25% stake by home state government. The 1900 megawatt comprises of Vidyut Dam and 1000 megawatt Vidyut Hydro Power Plant. Bijuri है HEP 400 megawatts and Vidyut PSP 500 megawatt. So you are producing different types of products. You are dealing with different types of you are bringing into existence different types of outputs. लटका हुआ प्रोजेक्ट है, नेबरिंग कंट्री स्पॉन्सर कर रही थी, उसके साथ कुछ पंगा हुआ तो आपने खुद ही फाइनेंस किया है एंड यू आर गोइंग अहेड. डैम की इंफॉर्मेशन दी है इन लोगों ने. इट्स अ मल्टीपर्पज हाई रॉक एंड अर्थफिल एम्बैंकमेंट डैम ऑफ ऑन द कारका रिवर नियर चपला टाउन. Its length is also available, crest width is available, base width is available. The dam creates a reservoir of 4 cubic kilometers. So this is a total area covered. The 1000 megawatt Vidyut Hydro Power Plant commissioned in 2007-2008 at a multi-purpose project with variable speed features which can optimize the round-trip efficiency under varying water levels in its reservoir. Power is distributed to 10 northern states including the concerned home state. The complex will afford irrigation to the area of 2,71,139 hectares, irrigation stabilization, and a supply of 270 million imperial gallons of drinking water per day. 162 million gallons of drinking water for around 4 million people for neighboring states, apart from 108 million gallons for drinking water for around 3 million people of the concerned home state. So you are going to serve so many people with the basic fundamental requirement of life, water. Due to regulated releases from Vidyut storage reservoir, existing downstream hydro projects are also benefited by way of augmentation in generation at no additional cost to them. Concerned home state also gets 15% of generated power as free. होम स्टेट का तो डेफिनेटली फायदा हो रहा है. The total expenditure of this project is 1 billion US dollars. Since 2007-2008, which was the first year of operation, the company has been profit-making company. Vidyut Dam has been the object of protest by environmental organizations and local people of the region. The protest was against the displacement of home inhabitants and environmental consequences to weak the ecosystem. We don't want the dam is the mountain's ends was the prominent slogan. डैम बनाने जाओगे, लोकल लोगों ने पंगा किया है, दे डोंट वांट टू गेट रिहैबिलिटेटेड. मतलब एक जगह पे आप उनका जमीन आपने ले लिया, वहां पे डैम बना रहे हो, अब उनको शिफ्ट करने लगे हो, तो दे डोंट वांट दैट. They are saying that it may cause trouble to the environment, it may damage the environment, ecosystem. The relocation of nearly 1.5 lakh people, or maybe even more, from the area has led to protracted legal battles over the resettlement rights and ultimately resulted in projects delayed completion despite the fact that land acquisition was started in 1918. 1918 में आपने लैंड एक्विजिशन स्टार्ट किया, लेकिन कोर्ट केस के झमेले के चक्कर में डिले हो चुका है. देयर इज नो मास्टर प्लान फॉर रिहैबिलिटेशन. ये गलत बात है. देयर इज नो मास्टर प्लान फॉर रिहैबिलिटेशन, नॉट इवन अ सिंगल, नॉट इवन अ क्लियर एस्टिमेट ऑफ नंबर ऑफ पीपल अफेक्टेड. ये तो गलत है. According to 2003 status report, the Public Works Department in Chapla town, the dam replaced 15,550 families. This estimate excludes the large number of people who lost their lands but have not been officially recognized as a project affected. Among those officially recognized, allotted with land of poor quality and with multiple ownership claims. रिकॉर्ड के हिसाब से 15,550 फैमिलीज को रिप्लेस किया, लेकिन कुछ ऐसा भी था जिधर एक लैंड पे 5-5 जन ने क्लेम डाला है, या फिर कुछ लोगों का ऐसा भी था कि इंफीरियर क्वालिटी ऑफ लैंड दी है. कुछ लोगों का ऐसे भी थे जिन्होंने लैंड दिया है लेकिन कोई ऑफिशियल रिकॉर्ड नहीं है. दे आर नॉट ऑफिशियली रिकॉग्नाइज्ड एज अफेक्टेड. Near to 2006, while filling the reservoir has led to reduced flow of Karka river's water from normal 1000 cubic feet to mere 220 cubic feet. This reduction has been central to total protest against the dam, since Karka river is considered a sacred river whose water are crucial to religious beliefs. ये तो इंडिया का ही स्टोरी है. I hope you are understanding this. नदी का पानी कम हुआ तो वो भी एक कारण है जो एनवायरमेंटलिस्ट बूम मार रहे हैं आपके नाम से, क्योंकि वो, और दूसरा तो वो नदी पवित्र नदी है, मतलब गंगा नदी जैसा कि भाई उसका पानी भी हम पवित्र मानते हैं, सेक्रेड मानते हैं. ओल्ड चपला टाउन शिफ्टेड एंड नेम न्यू चपला टाउन, which is semi ultra modern hill station at a height of 1555 to 1855 meters above normal sea level, with better road network and district headquarter shifted to NCT, earlier about 65 kilometers away from Chapla. NCT, equipped with better health, 80-bed modern hospital against the 20-bed hospital in Old Chapla. Education facilities, hostel facility for 900 students, degree college, university campus, accommodate 440 residential students and faculties. Against one inter college in Old Chapla, 5 inter colleges established. मतलब यार ग्रोथ तो है, एम्प्लॉय लोग अगर शिफ्ट होते हैं तो दे विल बी गेटिंग बेटर प्लेस. जो ओल्ड चपला में नहीं मिलता था वो न्यू चपला में मिलेगा इनको, पर शिफ्ट हुए तो. In addition to human rights concern, the project has spurred concerns about the environmental consequences of locating such a large dam in the fragile ecosystem of the foothills of Great Mountain Range. There are further concerns regarding the dam's geological stability. The Vidyut Dam is in a major geologic fault zone. The region was the site of 6.7 magnitude earthquake in September 1992, and with an epicenter of 55 kilometers from the dam. मतलब ये earthquake prone एरिया में आता है. आप जो डैम बनाने के लिए जो एरिया आपने सिलेक्ट किया है, that is your earthquake prone area. अगर ये earthquake prone area है, that means the stability of the dam is also questioned. So this is about the risk factor. In spite of concerns, protestation and operations of Vidyut Dam continue. The Vidyut Dam continues and is completed. But VHDCL was aware of these and tried to respond in a constructive way. The spirit of CSR initiative, corporate social reporting initiative depicted by its initiative taken by Vidyut Sahridaya, Shiksha, educational development, Swasth, nutritional health and sanitization and drinking water projects, Nipun, livelihood generation and skill development initiatives, Unnati, rural and infrastructure development, Yogi, empowerment initiatives, Srishti, environmental protection initiative. Out of the last one, some social mentions, environmental focus initiatives is working with three objectives: soil and water conservation, green energy generation, and technology promotions and environmental protection promotion. मतलब आपका जो लास्ट पार्ट है सृष्टि, इट इज बेसिकली एनवायरमेंटल प्रोटेक्शन. नए पेड़ लगाना, सॉइल को और पानी को सेव करना, वेस्ट ना होने देना और सॉइल की फर्टिलिटी कम ना होने देना. टू कंजर्व soil and water, the company is working on water harvesting, and water harvesting tanks were installed in the project affected villages for rainwater harvesting. मतलब जो लोग अफेक्ट हुए थे डैम की वजह से, वो कहीं और शिफ्ट हुए थे, उनके एरिया में भी आपने रेन वाटर हार्वेस्टिंग लगा दिया, मतलब उनको भी पानी कम नहीं पड़ेगा अब. In addition, the company under this program installed more than 730 LED-based solar street lights and more than 180 LED-based solar HIMARS light in the nearby towns and village in 1919-1920. मतलब ये लोग सोशल काम भी तो कर रहे हैं. Moreover, to promote plantation of different fruit and medicinal plant, the company planted 2,70,202 plants or sampling till now. पेड़ लगा दिए. पेड़ किस चीज के लिए? फ्रूट के, चारा के लिए, मेडिसिन के लिए. जितने भी पेड़ पौधे आ सकते हैं सब लगा दिए. 2,70,202. VHDCL has won many awards in the last decade in different categories including CSR domain, but most recent and relevant case study among them are, ये 3 awards उनको मिल चुके हैं अभी. 1920 and also National CSR and CSR Innovation. There is no only recognition in terms of awards, but इनका certification भी आ चुका है, ISO certification मिल चुका है, and occupational health and safety management का भी certificate इनको मिल चुका है. So they have a quality certificate, they have environmental certificate, and they also have health and safety certificate. As a policy initiative, if the company is willing to implement the triple bottom line reporting initiative, then advise the management regarding the dimensions of triple bottom line. What are the perspectives composed by different directions of TBL? Also, enumerate the challenges, expected benefits, initiatives under each dimension in the context of Vidyut Dam, Vidyut hydroelectric power plant. ये जानने से पहले हमको सबसे पहले ये जानना पड़ेगा कि ट्रिपल बॉटम लाइन कंसेप्ट है क्या। अब समझते हैं ट्रिपल बॉटम लाइन में होता क्या है। देखो, आपको जब किसी भी कंपनी का, किसी भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन का परफॉर्मेंस इवैल्यूएशन करना है तो एक फाइनेंशियल एस्पेक्ट होता है और एक नॉन फाइनेंशियल एस्पेक्ट होता है। अब कैसा है, अगर मैं फाइनेंशियल एस्पेक्ट देखूं तो मुझे प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी वगैरह रेशियोज, फाइनेंशियल रेशियोज वगैरह को बेस बनाना पड़ेगा। लेकिन अगर मुझे नॉन फाइनेंशियल मैटर्स देखने हैं, तो मैं ट्रिपल बॉटम लाइन यूज कर सकता हूं। ट्रिपल बॉटम लाइन में तीन अलग डायमेंशंस कंसीडर किए जाते हैं। देखो, ट्रेडिशनल अकाउंटिंग, ट्रेडिशनल इवैल्यूएशन जो होता है ना, उसमें सिर्फ प्रॉफिट पे फोकस किया जाता है, जो ज्यादा प्रॉफिट दे वो बेटर। लेकिन ऐसा नहीं है। देयर आर थ्री मोर फैक्टर्स व्हिच आर कंसीडर्ड। वन इज एनवायरमेंटल, एक होता है एनवायरमेंटल फैक्टर, दूसरा होता है सोशल फैक्टर और तीसरा होता है इकोनॉमिक फैक्टर। एनवायरमेंटल फैक्टर इवैल्यूएट करेगा कि आपके प्रोजेक्ट की वजह से, आपके कंपनी के वजह से एनवायरमेंट को, जैसे हवा, पानी, क्या असर हुआ है, पोल्यूशन कितना क्रिएट किया, एमिशन कितना क्रिएट किया। क्योंकि आप जब प्रोजेक्ट करते हो तो उसका वेस्ट बाजू के नदी में बहा दोगे या बाजू के सॉइल में दबा दोगे तो सॉइल का फर्टिलिटी कम हो सकता है। तो ये सारी चीजें मद्देनजर रखते हुए, ये सारी चीजों को कंसिडर करते हुए एनवायरमेंटल फैक्टर्स इवैल्यूएट किए जाते हैं। सोशल फैक्टर में ये देखा जाता है कि आपके वजह से लोगों के लिए अच्छा क्या है, सोसाइटी के लिए आपने अच्छा क्या किया, सोसाइटी को कोई एम्प्लॉयमेंट अपॉर्चुनिटी दी है, हेल्थ एंड सेफ्टी के लिए कुछ किया है, या लोगों का बेसिक स्टैंडर्ड ऑफ लिविंग इंक्रीज करने के लिए आपने कुछ एफर्ट्स डाले हैं, ह्यूमन राइट्स और एथिकल तरीके से आपने बिजनेस किया है, एम्प्लॉयज को या जो नियर बाय लोग हैं, एसोसिएटेड लोग हैं आपके बिजनेस से, उनका पर्सनल ग्रोथ कितना हुआ है, नॉट ओनली इन फाइनेंशियल टर्म्स बट ऑल्सो इन टर्म्स ऑफ इंटेलेक्चुअल नॉलेज, स्किल, कितना ग्रोथ हुआ है। और तीसरा फैक्टर होता है इकोनॉमिक, जिसमें आप कंपनी का सक्सेस इवैल्यूएट करते हो इकोनॉमिक बेसिस पे। अब यहां पे अगर मुझे कंसीडर करना है ये सारे फैक्टर्स, देखो, मैं अगर लोगों की बात करूं, सोशल फैक्टर्स की बात करूं, डिस्प्लेसमेंट ऑफ टाउन इनहैबिटेंट्स, आपने लोगों को, यानी कि 15,500 फैमिलीज को शिफ्ट किया, हम लोग पहले ही पढ़ चुके हैं। पर आपको ये क्लियरली बताया था क्वेश्चन में कि यू वर नॉट रेडी विथ द फुल प्रूफ प्लान। देखो, आपको शिफ्ट करना है तो दिस कंसर्न सब्सटैंशिएट द एब्सेंस ऑफ फुल प्रूफ मास्टर प्लान। किस तरह से आपको, सी बाकी सब तो आप पढ़ सकते हो, मैं सिर्फ इस पे क्रक्स कितना है, जो इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट है वो बता रहा हूं आपको। ये इससे हो ये रहा है कि आपके जो फुल प्रूफ प्लान थे, आपके जो फुल प्रूफ प्लान थे वो थे, मतलब वो एग्जिस्ट ही नहीं हो रहे। कैसे रीशफल करोगे, कैसे उनको रिहेबिलिट करोगे, कहां से कितनी जमीन मिलेगी, कहां मिलेगी, कुछ कोई ठोस प्लान नहीं है आपके पास। It is not the case that local residents were in complete distress. They are compensated with alternative and better facilities, remedies as well as that too at project cost. क्या क्या मिला है उनको? देखो, ये सारी चीजें उनको मिली है। आपने क्या क्या करके दिया है? आपने स्कूल्स बढ़ा के दिए, आपने हॉस्पिटल्स बढ़ा के दिए, आपने हेल्थ फैसिलिटी इंप्रूव करके दी, एजुकेशनल फैसिलिटी इंक्लूड करके दी, रोड पे लाइट लगवा दिए। इतना सब कुछ करने के बाद, ठीक है, इनिशियली आपके पास प्लान नहीं था, लेकिन उसके बावजूद आपने ये सारी चीजें करके दी। मतलब सोशल फैक्टर में यू हैव डन अ रीजनेबली गुड जॉब। अब मैं आता हूं, देखो ये भी उन्होंने मेंशन किया है, जो नाम उन्होंने क्वेश्चन में दिए वही नाम आपको वापस उतार के लिखना है। कॉर्पोरेट सोशल रिपोर्टिंग, सोशल कॉज यहाँ पे कवर हो जाता है। अब बात करते हैं एनवायरमेंट फैक्टर्स की। एनवायरमेंटल फैक्टर्स की अगर बात करोगे तो आपको पता चल जाएगा, जैसे मुझे अंदाजा है कि एयर वाटर पे क्या हो रहा है असर, जमीन पे क्या असर हो रहा है, पोल्यूशन कितना बढ़ रहा है। अब इन सब चीजों में आपने बेसिकली फ्रजाइल इकोसिस्टम जो फुट हिल्स है वो अफेक्ट किए, जिससे इकोसिस्टम वीक पड़ जाएगी। फिर दूसरा, अर्थक्वेक प्रोन एरिया में हो आप, विच ट्रबल्स द स्टेबिलिटी ऑफ द डैम ऑल्सो, क्योंकि डैम को अगर कुछ हो गया तो लाखों लोगों को इसका नुकसान भुगतना पड़ सकता है। फिर आप इसके लिए आपने एनवायरमेंटल फैक्टर्स, ये एक नेगेटिव फैक्टर अगर छोड़ दिया तो आपने पॉजिटिव क्या किया? आपने रेन वाटर हार्वेस्टिंग स्टूडेंट्स अलग रिहेबिलिटेड फैमिलीज को अवेलेबल करके दिया है। आपने ग्रीन एनर्जी के तहत आपने प्लांट्स लगा दिए, और प्लांट्स में भी फ्रूट के प्लांट्स है, फॉडर के प्लांट्स है, चारा जो होता है वो, और मेडिकेटेड प्लांट्स है। तो रास्ते पे एलईडी भी लगा दिया। सी यू आर टेकिंग केयर ऑफ द एनवायरमेंट। और आपने एलईडी जो है वो सोलर बेस्ड है, तो यहाँ पे इलेक्ट्रिसिटी कंज्यूम नहीं हो रही है। तो ये सोशल में से मैं इकोनॉमिक में सोशल में से मैं एनवायरमेंट में डाल सकता हूँ, है सोशल, अग्रीड। बट अगर इलेक्ट्रिसिटी पे बेस्ड होता तो मैं इसे सोशल में क्लासीफाई करता, लेकिन ये है सोलर एलईडी बल्ब्स। तो सोलर है मतलब मैं इलेक्ट्रिसिटी भी सेव कर रहा हूं, तो ये सोशल तो है, बट मोर देन सोशल इट इज एनवायरमेंटल एस्पेक्ट। फिर मेरे लिए पॉइंट नंबर 3 होता है इकोनॉमिक एस्पेक्ट। इकोनॉमिक एस्पेक्ट में तो खैर ये आपकी इन्वेस्टमेंट है। 75% स्टेक सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट का है, सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट का है, 25% स्टेट गवर्नमेंट का है। अब इसमें ये पूरी इंफॉर्मेशन उन्होंने दी है क्वेश्चन में। 15% of generated power will be given free to the concerned home state. Irrigation of 2.71 lakh hectares will be besides irrigation stabilization 6.07 lakhs hectares. यार मतलब यू हैव टेकन केयर ऑफ इरिगेशन, वो भी स्टेट को फ्री में मिल रहा है। 15% जनरेटेड पावर फ्री में मिल रही है, प्लस गवर्नमेंट को, सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट को ये सब बेनिफिट मिलने की वजह से इसमें इकोनॉमिक बेनिफिट भी है। आई विल बी यूजिंग रिसोर्स, द स्टेट विल बी यूजिंग रिसोर्सेज विदाउट पेइंग फॉर इट। और क्या चाहिए? सो सस्टेनेबल प्रोजेक्ट है। कैसा है? मुझे ऑपरेशनल लेवल पे और एनवायरमेंट लेवल पे और फाइनेंशियल लेवल पे, तीनों लेवल पे ये पॉजिटिव ही नजर आ रहा है। ठीक है, अर्थक्वेक प्रोन एरिया में कुछ डिसएडवांटेजेस है। अब 100% एक्यूरेट प्रोजेक्ट तो मिलने से रहा। सो मेजर फैक्टर्स मेरे पॉजिटिव है, सोशल फैक्टर्स भी बेटर है, एनवायरमेंटल फैक्टर्स भी बेटर है, और मेरे इकोनॉमिक फैक्टर्स भी बेटर है। कितनी सारी चीजें तो स्टेट को फ्री में मिलेगी। सारे रिसोर्सेज अगर स्टेट को फ्री में मिल रहे हैं, एम्प्लॉयमेंट अपॉर्चुनिटी क्रिएट हो रही है, लोगों का स्टैंडर्ड ऑफ लिविंग चेंज हो रहा है, नया शहर आप बसा रहे हो। सो इट इज अ ग्रोथ बेसिकली ऑल टुगेदर। सो इन टर्म्स ऑफ सोशल, इन टर्म्स ऑफ एनवायरमेंटल, इन टर्म्स ऑफ फाइनेंशियल, सभी मायनों में मुझे यहाँ पे ग्रोथ ही दिख रहा है। तो ये सस्टेनेबल है, यू कैन एक्चुअली इम्प्लीमेंट द प्रोजेक्ट। तो ये था ट्रिपल बॉटम लाइन का इम्प्लीमेंटेशन दोस्तों। थैंक यू सो मच।